Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, where this time we're going to be talking about one of the most important themes of Star Wars. And I'm not talking about family or the Force, adventure, the corruption of power. I'm talking about irony. And you can't talk about irony without first starting with the all-important tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise. Darth Plagueis the Wise was so wise and so powerful, he could save the ones he cared about from dying. But ultimately, not himself, as he was betrayed and killed by Palpatine. Ironic. Yeah, but irony is an important theme in Star Wars that I don't think is talked about enough. Because there's so many things that play out throughout the Skywalker saga that are really based in irony. And I think reading the Darth Plagueis novel and kind of getting an understanding of how these two Sith really set in motion the events that would play out throughout the movies, I think is really fascinating. I do highly recommend that book. But yeah, I think even Anakin's story is based in irony, The biggest one that comes to mind is, he does all these terrible, dark things and betrays the people he cares about and kind of throws away everything that he's trained for, everything he's been taught as a Jedi, in order to save Padme. He chases this power because he wants to save her, and his pursuit of that and the dark things that he does to get there, it ultimately kills her, and that's irony. That's the definition of irony. Even going back to Anakin's creation, where you have Plagueis manipulating the midichlorians to create life because he wants to create this powerful, dark side entity that he can, control, that he can, groom and, create. And the Force responds by creating Anakin, creating the chosen one, the light side entity. That's an ironic twist to Plagueis' story where, he's trying to do one thing and it causes something else to happen. Another form of irony is that, Anakin set out to be a Jedi and wanted to save his mother from slavery, and he doesn't really get to do that. He does return to his mother at some point to find out she's already been freed from slavery in a way because she was bought by Klieg Lars and married into that family. And, when he does get to see her, she dies in his arms. Same with Luke Skywalker. When he starts his adventure, he wants adventure. He wants to get off the planet. He wants to do all these incredible things. And that doesn't happen without Owen and Beru losing their lives in the fire at the Lars homestead, as they are tracked down by the Empire and killed. Ironically enough, because Owen bought R2-D2 and C-3PO from the Jawas. You see how it irony weaves its way throughout all the major threads of Star Wars, which is pretty remarkable. I love going back and watching the movies, not just for the movies, but just to see different themes and different stories within the story that George Lucas was trying to tell. And I think one of his most important messages was that, even if you want something and how badly you want something, or whether you desire adventure or power or, whatever it may be, you reach a point where you have to lose so much to get there that not only is it not worth it, but you lose yourself in the process. And everything that you were working towards, you ultimately lose by the time you get to that point. That's why you have to let those things go and follow the will of the Force and, do what's right. Don't take from others, and don't become so obsessed with power that, you lose sight of the things that you want to be powerful for. So... But I'm done rambling. I recently reread the Darth Plagueis book and, had some thoughts on just how that whole theme of the irony of Darth Plagueis the Wise kind of weaved its way into the entire story of Star Wars. So I appreciate you listening. As always, hit that subscribe button. May the Force be with you. Now let's blow up that like button and go home.